Continental-sponsored Milligan Vintage Trial has become something of an institution in the Eastern Cape, and no wonder. It's been going for more than 40 years. This year we've seen a whole variety of cars, some much older than others, all competing against each other, the point being to drive as precisely as possible from one point to the other. It's been a tense time for some crews, it's been a lot of fun for others, and we have been following their progress with some interest. The Milligan is contested by vintage and veteran cars, which opens the field to a tremendous variety of models from yesteryear. In this event, even cars well over 30 years old are considered youthful, while the older entries date back to the 1920s. The 2012 Milligan attracted 27 cars in 4 classes, as well as a further 9 cars which followed the route in a non-competitive role. The armada of old gleaming machines attracted lots of attention along the Eastern Cape coastline, with the Fish River Sun the headquarters for the 4-day event. Aristocrats abounded, with some of the most famous car badges gracing the event, including British marques such as Austin Healey, Bentley, Jaguar, MG and the always regal Rolls-Royce, together with the big Americans from Chevrolet and Ford. The Blue Oval was well represented, with 2 examples of the classic Model A, the latter a pickup version. One of the oldest runners in action on the Milligan was this 1928 Chev National Roadster, crewed by Barney Murray and Pierre Vucker, while Neville and Susan Koch were behind the wheel of their Model A Bucky of the same vintage. This 1947 MG TC was crewed by the father and son team of Ken and Michael Dugmore, with Michael also being the youngest entrant. Local heroes Rodney and Ruth Idris looked very competitive in their 1951 Morris Minor. This year, 2 original condition GSM sports cars, a Dart and a Flamingo, added a welcome South African flavour to the event. Dart owner Peanuts Fouchier tells us more.
Well, I believe it's the first time a South African car participated in the Milligan Rally. The first Dart was made in 1957. It is we always tell people it's a South African car built and designed in South Africa for South Africans by South Africans. The Flamingo we got here is a 64 Flamingo. That's a 1500 GT motor. The whole car is original, except by the crossbar tires. Furthermore, it's 100% original.
The 1957 Borgward Isabella Coupe was driven by the oldest competitor in the Milligan, Ulrich Müller, and his wife Rieta. Also top contenders were husband and wife Colin and Anne Mayer in their 1967 Mercedes-Benz. The Milligan is a regularity event, which means that the focus is on driving accuracy rather than outright speed. The odometer and speedometer are blanked off, and teams have to calculate speeds, distances and ideal times from information provided in the route schedule. This information is then applied to reach marshal points at specific times. Arriving at a marshal early or late incurs penalty points. The team with the least penalty points after 4 days wins.
That is the challenge, of course. That's what it's all about. It's about driving accurately and keeping on time.
It's all very well standing on the outside and watching the cars competing in the Milligan Rally, but what is it like being inside the car and watching a crew at work? Well, we've chosen the Ford Fairlane of the Schoenknechts, that's Chalky and Lorraine, and we're going to watch them at work as they take that route schedule and try and stick to the times that are required.
We're new at the game, and we just enjoy it. You get to meet nice people, different classes, and it's fun from the word go.
Spending some time on the generously proportioned rear seat of the 1958 Ford Fairlane was comfortable, but up front it got quite busy. Teamwork and clear communication are imperative, and the driver has to trust the navigator's judgment.
Okay, drop your speed to 54 kilometers, 7.2. After that sign, there's a marshal board. We mustn't miss a marshal
Okay.
600 penalties if we miss it.
After 4 days and about 600 kilometers rallying, the classic cars competing in the Milligan Classic Rally have finally arrived here on the outskirts of Bathurst. It's been an interesting event, always interesting to watch these old cars suffering up against the hills and then moseying downhill as well. But what is amazing is to see just how well some of these cars are preserved and how well they actually drive. After yet another closely contested Continental Milligan trial, all that remained was handing over the trophies to the top scoring crews. Third place went to Rodney and Ruth Idris in their trusty Morris Minor. They accrued a total of 212 penalty points despite experiencing some throttle cable problems. Piloting their 1975 Alfa Romeo GT Junior into second place with a score of 197 penalties were Tubby Bennett and Thorsten Rees. Former Conti SA boss Rees flew in from Germany to compete in the event. However, it was Colin and Anne Mayer who scooped the overall win in their 1967 Mercedes-Benz 230S with a score of just 155 penalty points.
We're really honoured and excited about the win. I must compliment my navigator, she kept it together, so yeah, it's very much a team effort and you can't do it on your own for sure.